Hello everyone, Praise here, and welcome back to what is, well for me at least, the last recording session of Tears of the Kingdom. Last time, we finished it. We finished everything. Other than upgrading all pieces of armor, we have every single piece of armor in the game. We have, well, I'm trying to find a good point. I should probably have thought about this a little bit earlier. We have acquired every Sage's Will. We have acquired every single... We have found and completed every single shrine, which is notated by this piece of armor right here. And really the only thing that stands to be done at this point... Oh yeah, right, this. This, we have basically filled up all the battery cells. We have found every single bubble gem. We have found every single well. We have found every single Lightroot. The only thing that stands to be finished in the grand scheme is really just the Koroks. And I'm not that dumb. So, with all that fluff and guff put aside, let's push forward for the final thing we need to do in this entire adventure. A door, much like how we started off our journey. A door that leads only to what appears to be a mask.
Link, Zelda's chosen protector. Take this. Follow the light.
Getting a little more direct with things I see now. You're no longer speaking through another body. Instead, speaking directly to us. So, this mask has a very direct place where it needs to go. And we have actually, technically, seen this in our adventures. I say technically because we could have been a little off basis. Now, we have been given the tools, as you can see right here, to do so what we need to actually get out here. And one would wager that this particular gumball machine, that particular gumball machine has many things that has everything we would need in order to buy the tools we need to get down there. Now, before I go any further with that, I'm going to go to where I feel like that pinging is coming from. It's coming from back further up the island, so you know what? No. We will now be in silence from that sensor. Now you can make something fancy or something finesse or something that's really wonderful to look at, but really all you need to do for this is to make a plane. All you need to do is make a plane that will fly. And we're going to use the auto build feature for this just so I don't have to build it. There's a riding stick right there. There's no batteries here. It wants us to build a battery, but, see, I'll just go ahead and build it normally now that I've got everything I need in place. Even the auto build, even the auto build, if you don't have all the pieces, you can still use it to kind of build a stencil. So, before I put that in the platform to go, let's give our masked friend, so to say, front row seats. Let's give our masked friend the front row seats to where they need to go. And away we go. So where we are going for this is pretty much straight down. And you probably don't need to make a craft this intricate to get this to go. You could probably just literally pull a glider off and ride it straight down. But we are heading directly to what was originally a large Zonai statue. Actually, you can see the statue right there. I guess it didn't load in quite right. But we were heading right to this large statue that I've been commenting looks like something right out of Zelda 2. The Adventure of Link. Oh, do I have to put it on there, or are we just gonna go down as is? So this is in Tobio's Pass. This is in Tobio's Pass, which I'll go ahead and show you really quick here. I like how it's all direct, all the same thing. Or Tobio's Hollow, rather, but still. Tomato kind of name. Our task is, well, very straightforward. We have to just take this mask directly to where it's pointing us. We'll have more intricate tasks that we can follow here. But we'll get those particular tasks shortly.
Link. Zelda's chosen protector. You must hurry. We must meet as soon as possible.
And I have already, at one point, I had already introduced you folks to what our goal is. I just forgot the order of operations for this whole thing. Oops. So we have been past here once before, if not twice. Now I don't know if the game's gonna make us put it in place or if we can just kind of yuck it in there. I might experiment just a little bit just to show this off. I like how the flag is here to say, oh yeah, this is the last place you are in the last place you were in the depths. But we did see this at one point, depending on what I did or did not cut out. Okay, I guess I gotta put it up there myself. So, what we are going to do, well, you can look and see what's going on.
Link. Zelda's chosen protector. My name is Mineru. I am the Sage of Spirit. I am happy you have arrived. At last we can speak with each other. Unfortunately, I no longer have a body. Without a physical form, we cannot yet speak face to face. But, do you see the 4 storehouses in the area? I would ask you to visit each of them and assemble a body for me. This is my request to you, Link. Loyal swordsman to Zelda.
And I had to make sure I could do it. So, you can do this all in any order. And I believe even these quote-unquote storehouses are open before this quest even kicks off. It's just what you can do there is a mystery. Now this, what we're doing right now, technically does serve as your temple. We are currently doing a temple. It's just a little more of an open air temple. So I will tell you precisely, even though Mineru said it herself, what she is. I will tell you exactly and directly. This is the Spirit Temple. Now, I've said some things in the past, and I'm going to not repeat myself from things I've said in the past, but I have said as things of forewarning, so if you've been watching the whole series, things might add up a little bit for you, but if not, I hope things will make more sense by the time this video is all said and done. And just the only unfortunate part is to get there, we have to do a little bit of maneuvering around this whole area. Drop the baby. Oh, I missed. I'm below 100 arrows, however will I survive? Where did... There's no way that one died. Oh, it was blue? It was just a blue bokoblin. That is not going to end well. You're not going to stand here and tell me that... Okay, no, that is blue as well. Well, I'm going to get back some arrows, one way or another from you. Oh. Everybody's decided to come out and play. That's fine. They can do their thing. I'm not here to play with them today. I have a very clear goal in mind. Several very clear goals, actually. Oop. Arrow. And I technically do have full heart, so I can start using the attack beams. Hey, who said you could? And Mom did? She lied. But even though it is very distorted, broken up and everything, this is in fact the Spirit Temple we're going through right now. The Spirit Temple is probably the most directly related to an open world temple you can get in this newer format of Zelda's, where it is all open world. So there is no order in which you have to do these, but once you do get started on these portions, or once you do get started on these portions of the temple, you are pretty much locked into here. And it's kind of strange. Well, I will say, like, because I did come in here in my own exploration when I was doing my own personal playthrough. Again, locked in here. When I did my own exploration, you can activate these, you can come to these terminals and attempt to activate them and all that jazz. But the terminal will just hit you with the big if you try and hit them. So, all this has to be done in a fashion like this. Now, I'm trying to think, how would I get you up and around? Because there's hooks here. They're all on the left side. Now, I may do this incorrectly, but I think the solution to this is just to hang this somewhat equally off the left side. And then if I could steal one fan, that's mine now. Steal a fan and just slap it on top. Hopefully it has enough force to get this around. And hopefully it doesn't fall off in the process. Yep, it is just as simple as that. This particular room is actually the one I had the most trouble with in my personal playthrough, because I didn't understand how that worked. So this, I would say that you could treat this temple, this open air temple of sorts. You can probably treat this as a final trial to make sure you understand the mechanics of the Ultra Hand in general. Well, I say the Ultra Hand in general. Just make sure you understand the mechanics of your necrotic hand. But most of these trials you have to go through are pretty quick. Hold on. I'm trying to hit the platform so it'll go. Most of these trials to get it up and out here are pretty quick. It's like 1 or 2 puzzles, and then you have to return whatever piece it is to its central place. Now there are some goodies hidden within each section of this temple. Yeah, well, a handful of goodies are hidden within these sections of this temple. Oh, that will not work, or it does not go up all the way. You know what? That's fine. I'll just run. I guess it's just to make sure that you don't get the thing up here. But there are a handful of places you can... Let's see. I guess there isn't. I thought there was actually a handful of places where you could actually attach, or there was like treasures that you could actually get, much like any other temple in this game so far. But maybe those particular treasures in question are actually more accurately further along. Will you go forward if I... Okay, you will. The fans are down here on this part, so we're just going to let it do that. Now, using auto build, I'm going to go ahead and construct the thing we made to get us down here. This part of it, at least. There we go. And my apologies if I do seem like I'm being a little glum or humdrum at the moment. I'm just trying to take this very seriously leading up to this, because what we're doing right now is the final stretch of the entire game. And I put this on here, and hopefully we'll get on this in time. And all we gotta do is just take the pieces right back to their spot. Ooh, grand post. I don't need any more post holes. I don't need to buy anything, really. Anyway, just gonna bring it in for a nice hard landing right down here. That's fine. Let go. Thank you. Now, when you do bring it over here to where its place where it's got to be, it should shatter out, give you an outline where it needs to go, and you just gotta play grade school match square peg to square hole kind of thing.
That's one. Bring the other 3 here as well, Link.
She does sound a little demanding, but well, she's been in her defense, she's been waiting to see us and greet us for, oh Lord, how many hours is it now? I won't know that answer until like I do. I'll probably have like one final. It'll be during the credits where I have like the whole adventure played out from the hero's path thing. But yeah, it's just again a little somber because of the air of where we are once again, but also it is the final temple, and it's the penultimate task for us to finish this game. So I guess I myself am probably just a little bit, what do you want to call it? Slightly melancholy as I get the feeling of wrapping up a series as I sit before you today. But also because of the serious nature of it all. Now I'm going to do something dumb and just let it rip. Well, I said I would be dumb, and dumb I was. Now let's see. We're launching it. Okay. Now, I think the trajectory for launch should be right about there. Yeah, right about there. And if it goofs up... Okay, so something about these I should mention while we're at this point is if this goofs up at any point in our journey, if the launch or the movement of any of this stuff goofs up, we do... Do I use a rocket? I might have to use a rocket. Because I don't think there's like a switch we hit to punch it. Oh, yeah, there they are. But if we do goof up in our adventure at any point throughout this, while we're like piecing this together to get this to work, like if it falls back in the water, don't worry. There is a spot. There is actually a place. There's actually a place where we can go back, or there is a water flowing where it will come back to us, and these parts, despite their metallic appearance, do float. It was too low. Okay, so up a little bit. I don't think too much higher, though, but just a little bit up. Yeah, like I said, despite their metallic appearance, they can, despite their metallic appearance, they do float, so let's wait for it to come back a little bit and grab it. And if I mess it up on this time, I'll have to start spending rockets out of my own pocket, and I'm pretty sure that, grab it. There you go. If I do mess it up, I'm pretty sure that dispensary that's just behind us, that does dispense the, that does dispense more rockets for you if you give it parts, so to say. So let's hope that this isn't too high. There it goes. Right on up. I suppose we should probably chase it, huh? I don't know why that... I guess that particular control stick is there in case you decide that the best way to handle it is to pilot it like a fan, even though I don't think standing on it and piloting it that way works. Regardless, we put it into its safe. Wow, we put it right. We actually got like way too good of a shot on it. So, in our adventures here, you know, of course, treat the leg with the utmost care and importance. In fact, I think we can actually just get it out of here at this point. But as you are passing through, be knowledgeable of your surroundings. And be knowledgeable of your surroundings. Like every now and again when you're going through here, there are going to be some treasures you can pick up or some things you can invest in. I'm doing this right now because I want to say that... Oh. Or maybe not, but I want to say that there is... Ah, here we go. Yeah, I do want to say that there is, like, a way to get through this whole mess. Let's just go... Well, hopefully without knocking myself out. Let's just go ahead and hop it, push this right back up. And have it redo its thing. Hopefully I don't... regret my decision. But yeah, there's like some extra zonite here. There's some extra zonite here you can use and gather up. And a platform you can ride through, I guess. But there, like I said, there are just not a whole lot, but there's a handful of treasures scattered around here. Nothing too crazy, of course. Anyway, let me proceed to give myself an overhang and a safe spot to get through. Let me do it like this. I mean, I already put it up there once, so I can do it again, right? No, not on top of it, Link. Run through the lasers before you get cut in half. Anyway, it is right there. So let's once again make our stupid creation. Oh, hey, when I say pick up the rocket, I mean pick up the rocket. I don't mean when I walk away, I don't want you to pick up the rocket. Let's just position it like this, and hopefully, rough trajectory will take its course. Rough trajectory took its course, baby. Now I'm going to try and just fly over all these. But yeah, as I said, this is just basically a final test of do you understand how the Ultra Hand works and how these puzzles you've been doing this whole time throughout your adventure through the various shrines function? Do you understand it? Because, boy, you're also going to get another crash course on things as you go along as well.
And that's another part. 2 left.
So all we have are these 2 lights on the far side. I'm just going to handle these in a clockwise fashion as you're seeing me do now, but What we've done so far with the 2 legs are, well, as you would believe it or not, is actually the easiest part of it. If you are looking at the stencil outline of that robot and study it a little closely, you will notice that it is very arm heavy. No talkie. You guys are not gonna... Oh, I have a club. Huh. The game saw fit to give me a club. I'm trying to use these times when Mineru is talking to give myself a drink of water. So anyway, in this depot up here, the left arm depot, as soon as we push... Well, actually... Oh, here it is. Let's say, wait, did we not do this yet? But, nah, here it is. So, this particular... If I'm remembering right, this particular depot was the other one that gave me a lot of troubles just because of what we're dealing with. But also, probably has one of the cooler mechanics that you really don't get to mess around with except in this exact situation. This is the only place you get to have this kind of fun with this mechanic. Doors. To my knowledge, this is the only real place you get to play with doors like this. And, I think we can detach... Can we detach the wheels? Yes, we can. Now, we have the pieces here to, like, make a vehicle that will drive across. And I don't know what is the smartest way to do this. No, don't drive. Do not drive yet. Yeah, I don't know what is the best way to make this all drive across, so you'll have to forgive me while I fumble and bumble this, because I'm trying to handle this the smarter way than what I did in my own playthrough, which was literally... what I did in my own playthrough... Oh no, that's on point. What I did in my own playthrough is I literally brought out a bunch of chew jellies, threw it on this lava, and used this and made a bridge and walked this across. That doesn't work too well in the second pass, but this is me trying something, and I might fail right about now. Never mind, I think this is the intended solution. Now, I think there are a handful of treasures on the upper levels here. I'm just gonna... Ah. Okay. I think we have to turn this the other way, now to look at it. So, they kind of give you the solution, they kind of give you the idea with solution at this point, but I'm also going to go up above in just a second here, just to I hope I have the wheels going the same way, not going to lie. It's going to be really awkward if I don't. Let's see, arrows pointing forward, double check that, yes I do, good. So grab it. And put this in the middle. Now before... Well, first of all, this move off to the side. Before I move forward with our monstrosity, and I hope this works how I envisioned it working. Oh my gosh, that actually is how it's supposed to work, so it fits right in. Let's go up on this ladder and see if we can't grab some more zonite or additional little goodies stashed around this place. I don't think there really is much else to really partake of in this... Oh, never mind, there's something. Hello, treasure chest. What goodies do you have for me? I'm not gonna lie, I'm so glad I have that thing turned off. I've been plagued. Plagued is probably not the right word, but I have been plagued so heavily by that stupid, incessant beeping of the treasure guide. Oh my god, that's how it's supposed to work. I made a rocky platform to walk across this in my personal playthrough. I am such a dunce. Holy cow. This thing is so sound. And because we came over here with this, we have... Well, for one... We're going to turn this off. But we have our wheels we need to make our... To basically make our gate go up. Attach this, please. Again, like, this is such a cool thing, but because of the whole structuring of this entire temple, this is the only time you get to play with automatic doors, in a sense. Now, before we open the way forward, I'm going to head up here once again, just to see if there's any goodies to grab. There might be something at the top of this lava fall that we've walked past. Oh yeah, the Grand Po. Maybe depending upon how I feel, maybe we could stop by one of the bargainers. Jeez. Maybe we'll make a stop at one of the barters and see if they can offer anything. Huh. I wonder if I'm not attaching it right. Or maybe I should have studied the, maybe I should have studied how they worked, because the only way I can see this working otherwise is to attach it to this instead and have it roll up that way. But I don't think that's how that works. Unless I've really just... Yeah. Well, let's turn this one on and see what happens. Not in the slightest. Okay. Alright, boys, alright. I clearly do not understand the task, the assignment. Let's just hold it up like this. Oh. I don't think that's low enough for this to go through, actually. Or that's high enough for this to go through. Well, not with the steering stick on it. Lol. That is not how you're supposed to do this, by the way. Also, what do you... Oh, you have a treasure chest. Yeah, you have a treasure chest. I wonder what this is. But yeah, I don't understand what this whole mess is here that they're... What's even powering, because I don't think it's powering anything. Oh, well. Let's see. Let's position this here. And grab our steering stick once again. And slap it all on top. Oh, not that. Just pull it in. Pull it in, and we're just going to somewhat guide this down the ramp as soon as we put these fans on it. Just attach a fan on either side of the legs. However it wishes to stick on there. I guess I do not care. But yeah, attach a fan to either side of the legs, and we are going to be off. So there, but as you've seen, you know, there are treasures here, but they're not really that great when it comes to treasures in the grand scheme when you think about it. Oh no, we're gonna go. I may have to pull back just so it doesn't tip over. Maybe I should have done front to back. Hi? Uh-oh. Never mind. It's alive. Well, let's let it go down the river a little bit, because where we have to go, I think it's going to wash up on shore right next to where we got to go anyway. Yeah, it's going to do exactly that. Okay. It's all good. Let's just sneak around the guard that's watching this all unfold. Why Mineru's personal guards are just like, I got to stop Mineru from being reassembled. Yes, my creator must not come to fruition once again. But anyway. I think, there we go, that's it. Pop that sucker in.
One more left, Link. The body for my spirit is nearly complete.
Body for her spirit. I think that might be able to set the tone of what I've been discussing this whole time of... Oh, we're going to want to go this way instead. I think that might set the tone for a thing I foreshadowed about, but I think the game is now finally saying it directly what's about to happen. Anyway, let me go ahead and just shield surf my way over to the last depot. I don't remember much about the right arm depot, which, if that being the case, tells me that this is probably the easiest depot of all three of them. And I guess they can't make these. They cannot make these particular portions of the Spirit Temple super hard, simply on the basis that everybody, no matter where they are in the adventure, has to be able to finish this. Oh, this one. I remember this one being weird because I solved it with relative ease, but it definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't for lack of being stupid. It's just that this one is the only one that uses This one is the one that uses wheels in an odd sense, if that does make sense. Anyway, I might just drop that down and let it go on its way. Stop firing. I'm gonna need you in a second, Tire. But yeah, conveyor belt system. I don't think it's gonna take that up, but it will take us. Well, it won't take us up either. But yeah, we're basically gonna make an automatic system of sorts to get this across, because this particular thing is electrified. And I'm trying to think, because now this is up here, we can get some wheels out of there. We need to get some wheels out of there to get this across. I'm just trying to think how we would get that across. Also, I think there is something down there for... No, that's just the way up. I was going to say if there was any treasures to be down there. To get this across... I think the best way to get this across is actually to take some wheels and only attach it on one side. Like, here, I'll show you my master plan now that I'm looking at this again. Not once, or not twice, just once. So, the master plan is to have it like this, and then just have the... Are you running right now? You are running right now. Why are you running right now? My whole master plan is to attach it, sure, like that. This'll work out. The whole master plan I have is to have it go... Not there. It's actually just to have it run like this. So if I do it like that, will it just... Yeah, it will pop up like that. But will it move? It will not. Can I just hit with Blade Beam to stop it? Yeah, I can. Okay, good. So this is sort of the idea I had in mind. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. But let's see if it can't get... Let's see if it'll go. Not there. Dang it. Well, okay, it didn't start driving, which is the good part. I want it to be as... Yeah, like that. That's what I've been trying to do. It's slow, but it works. It uses the weight of the arm as a counterweight to make sure it will keep driving forward. Now, hopefully it's just got to the end and stayed up there and it's not like on the ground at this point. Okay, it did. But yeah, this whole... As I said about a handful of times now, this whole temple, the entire point of this whole temple is to make sure you understood how your Ultra Hand works. That's really all this is all gonna be, and all this will be. I want to have that in the... Well, I guess that's the front corner. According to the game, that's the front corner. And we're now gonna take our arm. I guess this is the arm. We're gonna take what's left of all this stuff and make ourselves an arm car. It's probably not gonna be well, especially if it does that. It's not gonna be a perfect car, but we're gonna make an arm car. And it may list a little one way or another, but it will work eventually. And what a coincidence they left us a steering stick right next to it. So let's just hop on the front of it and drive the arm car. The back wheel is a little off center, but it's fine. They're going to make us drive right through that. Whatever. You know what? Here's how much I care. Move. I do not care. I am driving my arm car to its final stop. Now, thankfully, with how this works, this should just break apart. Yep, and there's our arm. Now, if you want to be weird and quirky... That was but I was like, wait, what's approaching? If you want to be weird and quirky, you can, like, save any of these vehicles you build to have your own arm car or leg boat, whatever it is. But they serve no purpose. Other than costing a lot of Zonite.
Thank you, Link. Now only one task remains. We must recover my secret stone. It should be located here. Please, Link, let us go there together. The path will be very dangerous. Fortunately, this construct body you have built for me is hardly helpless. There is a platform nearby where we can explore its potential. Now hurry, Link. We must recover my secret stone.
Link can ride on Mineru's construct. And all you must do is simply get near it. It will bow down like this, and you can hop on top. Now the construct will use up energy as it runs. As well as you are piloting it, rather. But it is arguably... I gotta look at this. It is arguably probably one of the cooler things in this entire game. Link, the weapons here can draw forth the true power of this construct. Attach one on a hand, and your power in combat will be magnified severalfold. The road to the secret stone is long and arduous. I recommend that you make stops at each armory along the way. Get accustomed to operating this construct so that you are prepared for whatever you may face. So, the part... It went over that... What are you shooting at? Anyway. So what I would recommend is putting something elemental on one hand, something damaging on the other, and whenever you find it, put something defensive or something that will give you jump capabilities on the other. And with this, we begin our journey. Well, I would like to take a little more direct route, but let's go around about. We are going to have to fight tooth and nail to get our way through. But this is probably like I said, this is probably the coolest thing we can get and work with right now. Because, one, you have a mech you can pilot, but if you wish to, you can actually hop off of the mech and let it fight on its own. The mech on its own as a combatant, in my opinion, is as competent, if not more competent, than any other party member, because you built it. You built this thing however you want it to fight. And that's why I recommend giving it an elemental option and a damaging option. Now, the only downside to this, in my opinion, the only downside to this creature, in my opinion, is that it does not have... excuse me. It does not have a weight... It doesn't have a very good sense of... what is it? There it goes. It does not have a very good sense of telling you when it is out of power. Now, it does not run out of power super... I'm going to use this. It does not run out of power super fast. I'm about to get jumped. I'm going to put your horn on my shield. There we go. It does not run out of durability on its parts and whatnot very fast like. But just be prepared that at some points in your attacks and travels that you will have to look at Mineru's mech and be like, oh, you are missing part X. So just be prepared for that situation to come up and to just somewhat randomly have to... Just prepare that at random points you will have to re-equip Mineru with pieces of gear, which you can get from the various monsters around that you are fighting. Now, for this next part coming up, I would recommend just to give Mineru a way forward. Well, I am stopped here, but
yes.
Link, a zone device when attached to the construct's back can greatly enhance its mobility. We have far to go before we reach the temple with the sacred stone. Speed would be our ally here. So, in my own playtime, I use the rocket on this. I'm going to experiment. Let's put a fan on it. Yeah, let's use the fan to move. This is such a silly thing. I'm schmoving. You can't stop me. I'm schmoving. The rocket will help it. The rocket will help it jump, but that's about the only thing that it will get. But anyway, I'm gonna just ignore dudes and move my way forward. That's a restock station on the left. Hopefully the game won't stop us, but let's make this thing move a little faster through everything. This isn't... Okay, well there it goes. Now it's picking up speed. Yeah, it would be moving much slower if we had actually just let it do things on its own. Ow. Yeah, that sucks. Thankfully the construct itself can't really break, but you can still take damage while riding it. So I prefer to just let the construct do its own thing when that comes up. We're about to cross paths on the Lionel, aren't we? A Hinox. Also, as you can tell right now, the Hinox, or the constructs, as you jump off it, will allow you to have... basically get free pot shots at any enemy. Alright. Well, is it... It can't already be dead. Oh, it is already dead. So yeah, the construct... The construct, or Mineru's construct, pretty cool creature. I like it for one reason or another. But most of its good use really just comes from the fact that it... this fan is going to break, but whatever, we're almost there. A lot of its usefulness, like I said, really just comes from the fact that it can just kind of... A lot of its usefulness does come from... no, dismount. A lot of its usefulness comes from letting it being autonomous instead of you driving it. Now, we do have to get ourselves the way through, but I think... Are you going to make me stop to prepare for building? Go. Draw forth the power in this construct and press onward. So one last place to re-equip it with stuff if you need it. Ooh, but that's a cannon. A cannon sounds tempting, but I'm not going to, just simply for the fact that it is very likely that I will hurt myself with the cannon parts. So I'm just going to run through. I'm just going to let it run. Gosh, it's so silly looking when it runs like this. I am simply going to just let it run through and let it bash its way in. Now, I would not be surprised if if the construct works better with like the cannon to get through this, but I am going to go ahead and just... I have enough bomb flowers, I'll just blow my way through it. And I also have a living boulder, so... Throw one more out there. And let's go. But yeah, like I said, if... Oh, I can grab stuff on it? Neat, didn't know that. But if I had more... Thankfully, I cleared this place out unintentionally earlier. But if I had more... Oh, guess we can't go through there. Noted. If there was more of something on this, I wish I could, like, give a better example. If I had more of something to help this construct get through places, or to, like, destroy things quickly, I would use that. But now we're at a point where I need to put a different attachment on the back. And I'm going to need you to shut your up. Thank goodness you are very susceptible to die. Huh. You know, you're all like one shot from going down. Because of the nature of the Master Sword. Oh, you're still alive? Whatever. All settled. And we won't really need the Master Sword coming up here in a second, so we can just kind of coast our way into the next portion. I still want that stuff out there, though. As much of the stuff I can gather up, rather. But the nature of what's coming up here, you don't need a weapon. In fact, you are given the weapon. Now, Construct, I got to get you up there. And unfortunately, the way to do this is with a rocket. We're gonna have to let the creature jump. Link, that is a spirit temple, but this construct cannot climb a sheer cliff face. However, the construct might be modified to allow it a way to enable access. So attach, replace the fan, and don't use any other part up to this point. I want to say I lucked out when I did this on my own playthrough, but they definitely give you plenty of rockets here, and that's supposed to be your hint that with the rocket part, this can jump. It is not a good jump, but it is still a jump. Let's see, what's the best way? I guess to angle it this way. Oh, please make the jump. I held forward the whole time while I was holding Y, so. Well, we're here. I'm gonna dismount. Hopefully it'll just walk up with me at this point. Now, I hope you've gotten used to your robot and how to control it all the way up here, even though I barely have used it. Oh, do I have to be piloting? I guess I have to be piloting it up to this point. I hope you've gotten a good feel for how to use this robot, because you're going to have to use it. This is your weapon. This is your weapon of choice for the upcoming tussle, for the boss of the Spirit Temple. And now we can finally warp to the Spirit Temple. Now, don't worry, excuse me, don't worry or fret about, like, stuff breaking during this boss fight. There is some stuff scattered around what's coming up here to reattach things to the construct, so that way you can keep up the fight. But as I've said about 5 times already, we still got to fight for it, man. And because of the gloom-infested arena, we can't just do it on foot. We can't just do it with Link. We have to do it with the construct.
That construct! I made it long ago! But the glow... It must be under the control of something monstrous! If the Demon King has turned my creation into his pawn, we must defeat it. We can do this together, Link.
Did anybody say mech battle? Do you like mech battles? Right. Right. So the whole point of this fight is it's kind of punch-out nature. Find a weakness. I find the weakness of this is just to light it on fire really quick, and then smack it a couple times with a chain ball. That's really all it is. Oh, oop. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do cannon. Well, we're doing the cannon now. Ouch. Not gonna get too close. I'm just gonna fire it as like this. Hopefully it's pushing it back slowly. I actually wanted to put a spike ball in this one hand, but yeah, the arena itself, the corners of the arena are the only way you can deal damage to this thing. So you will have to do your damage as you can to push it into the corners of the arena. This is not working. Yeah, it's okay. It's there.
Maybe we can make use of the devices around us.
I already am. That doesn't work how I want it to. Oh, you can shoot while on this? I didn't think you could. I think you can shoot your arrows while you're on this thing. It's just a little jarring because you do have to use the bumpers to do attacks. Get lit on fire. But yeah, you do have to use the bumpers, whereas like the whole time I do things like this, I'm used to using the triggers over the bumpers, so I'm just being dumb. This boss fight, oddly enough, is a lot easier than I'm making it out to be.
It brought out more arms. Be careful.
I just gotta hope that the flame emitter lasts the whole fight. If it doesn't, there's more cannons on the ground, which I would recommend using in place of anything else. Where are you going? Well, wherever it is, it's into my loving embrace of a flame emitter. But yeah, it's a little bit of a punch-out duel, for lack of a better term. Nope, you're gonna get caught on fire now. Like, this is the best way I can phrase it, is it's just a punch-out duel. Also, I broke my spike ball, so I need a new spike ball. This one. It's gonna hit me with the beam before I can get up close to it, isn't it? Nope, I got it. I got it on fire. So yeah, even the spike balls that we've been attaching to stuff do have a durability limit. It just kind of sucks that it does. Yeah. Remain ready for anything. And that is really all you need to do in order to get the Construct and Mineru on your side. That is the Spirit Temple, as weird and discombobulated as it is. And also, that is the last piece of heart in the game. So at this point, if you do feel like you need more max health over having more max stamina, you can go to the statue underneath the Lookout Landing and basically trade 2 stamina portions for 2 heart portions, but the stamina is much more useful considering you can get max health with food. But anyway, enough of my rambling about tactics you can possibly do. Let us go and retrieve the secret stone.
Zelda asked me to aid you, Link. I am the Sage of Spirit, and one of the Zonai. Mineru. I am glad to meet you, Link. I must thank you. It is because of you that we have recovered my secret stone. Originally, my intent was to awaken when you first found the Porapad, then to guide you to my construct and assist you on your journey. I had not anticipated a battle with that same construct. You have proven quite adept, and I am grateful for all your efforts. Link, here. In the name of Mineru, Sage of Spirit, I grant my power unto you. I believe it will serve you well. With this power I've given, a deep bond has been forged between us. And from this point forward, my spirit will reside within that construct. I will help you however I can. Aha!
I am the one who lived in the distant past, in the age of Hyrule's founding. Circumstances forced me to forsaken my body and become a being of pure spirit. Long have I slumbered within Zelda's pure pad in order to share what I knew when it passed into your hands. I apologize that our meeting has been so long delayed. The Demon King's interference is to blame. Nevertheless, I ask your pardon.
Well then.
Now, on the topic at hand. In my own age, the distant past, from your perspective, Zelda awakened as a sage of time and appeared before us. What I must relate to you is a tragedy that occurred in Hyrule's history. At its crux was Zelda, who held a secret stone and traversed time. She made a momentous, wow, that's a big word, decision in those days gone by. I would have you know that the resolve she poured into that blade, the Master Sword.
Long ago, my people, known as the Zonai, came down from the heavens to the surface of the world. It was said they were descendants of gods. They bore treasures from these same gods, secret stones capable of amplifying the abilities of those who possessed them. Using the knowledge of the Zonai, my younger brother Rauru became a great leader. He met a young woman named Sonia, and they would wed. Rauru gifted Sonia one of the secret stones. Together, they sought to establish their kingdom. This is how the Kingdom of Hyrule, with Rauru and Sonia as its first king and queen, came to be. The future looked bright. However, tragedy suddenly struck. A man of great evil emerged from the desert. The leader of the Gerudo, Ganondorf, killed Queen Sonia and stole her secret stone. Using the secret stone, Ganondorf transformed into the Demon King. He then created swarms of monsters and attacked. Hyrule rose up to face these threats, but the evil power driving the monsters forward was staggering. The defenders were on the brink of defeat. Rauru then came up with a plan to turn the tide of the war. He entrusted secret stones to warriors with exceptional abilities. They became sages and united in an effort to finally defeat the Demon King. Rauru and the sages outnumbered the Demon King and should have been able to stop him. However, the Demon King's power had grown far beyond anything we could have imagined. I was unable to withstand his strength. Our fight appeared all but lost. And then, Rauru. He committed himself to one final act.
That pride will be your downfall, Ganondorf!
steal my magic. You plan to hold me here. What a clever way to solve your problems. But are you ready to pay the price for this?
Don't be so smug. I know exactly what it will cost me.
Thousands of years will pass in the blink of an eye. You only delay the inevitable.
You're wrong. Years from now, someone will appear with the sword that seals the darkness. A swordsman with the power to defeat you, Link. Remember this name.
Link. Interesting. I look forward to meeting you.
Aha.
You know, this tragedy as... Sorry. You know this tragedy as the imprisoning war. Though it took all we were able to give, we succeeded in imprisoning the Demon King. But I was wounded in the process. My body was soon to expire.
Well then.
That is when Zelda came to me, bearing a decayed and broken sword. Yes, you will recall how the Master Sword vanished from your hand at the Temple of Time. From there, it traveled into the distant past, appearing in Zelda's hands. And now, you hold it once again.
You're saying that sword traveled through time the same way you did?
Yes, but more importantly, in my original time, the Demon King was vulnerable to even the smallest piece of this sword.
Even someone like him has vulnerabilities. Then, what exactly are you suggesting we do with the sword?
Over time, the Master Sword is able to absorb sacred power. It can heal itself, and even grow stronger.
Curious. If we were able to empower it in that way, it could be the key to defeating the Demon King. But it could take centuries for that sword to grow strong enough. The power the Demon King wields. I do not see how this can be done. It would be impossible for you to provide it with sacred power for so long.
I can think of one way.
You mean...
Yes, I can do it. I have to.
I've told you. That act is forbidden. For a very good reason. It would mean throwing yourself away.
Oh, Mineru!
You won't be able to change back.
The moment I had the sword, I knew what to do. I knew this was why I came to this era. I want to restore the Master Sword and deliver it to Link.
I understand. You really have made up your mind? Very well then. As a Zonai, I bear my share of blame for these events. So I too will devote myself to this goal and to this hero of yours. For the swordsman Link, I will do everything I can. Even if my body should perish, I will still be with you in spirit. Aha!
Afterward, Zelda and I discussed strategy. We laid the groundwork for guiding you in the distant future.
Well then.
Before the gloom's affliction took my life, I became a spirit and entered the Porapad. Then Zelda did what she felt she must and began the forbidden process. She believed you would use the Master Sword to defeat the Demon King and restore peace to Hyrule. You already have in hand the hope that Zelda left to you, the sword that seals the darkness, the Master Sword. At this point, I will say, just kind of a choose your own adventure kind of mentality. If you had at some point managed to go through the entirety of this process leading up to uncovering Mineru and adding her to your group as the 5th sage, she would make comment that, but you do not seem to have the Master Sword on your person. Something along those lines.
Well then.
Go now, Link. With the Sword of Hope that Zelda left to you, you will surely smite Demon King Ganondorf. So that's it. We have located the 5th stage, we have guidance from Agents Past, and we have solved pretty much everything. Trial of the Master Sword. Okay, we've already done that. Never mind. Guess that's where the game would have like just guided you towards the end. So now we have the 5th stage. We need to report to Pura, but there is a handful of things we need to do first. First of all, I think there's 2. Yeah, there's 2. There are 2 constructs here. I'm going to tack this on to this whole episode. It's going to be a long, long episode. So, I'm not even going to read this stuff. We're glad accepting special weapons equipment with you. You can provide me with Zonite. So, from these constructs, you can, with Zonite you have left over, any Zonite you have left over, you can buy the strongest variation of all Zonite equipment. And I believe the other creature... Oh. I've been testing material. Gather materials from the depths. This was meant to be aid in the research. My progress has been interrupted when the servant of the Demon King occupied the Spirit Temple. Your efforts have allowed me to return to my duty. Offer my deepest thanks. This is one of the fruits of my excavation. Ancient Blade. Thank you. Previously informed me that Mineru tasked me with excavating materials in this vicinity. One such material was Zonite. I would ask that you offer me all that you can spare. Payment would of course be provided in return. I could offer you an Ancient Blade for 50 pieces of Zonite. So, we do have to do this trade once just to get this side quest handled. I hate this as a side quest, but you can trade 50 pieces of Zonite for 1 Ancient Blade. So, this particular construct gives, well, as we've already seen, trade 50 pieces of Zonite for 1 Ancient Blade. Ancient Blades are not meant to be fused to weapons, purely to arrows. That's it. Demon King is... Yeah, there we go. You hold this horse up, which is all that left to you. The time for the final reckoning is close at hand. Let our combined might at last defeat the Demon King. I'll remain here perfectly tuned to this construct buddy that might be ready for confrontation. So, something that I do want to handle, because we do have the materials for it, is we're going to head up to Lookout Landing first. Where the heck is it? There it is. We're going to head up to Lookout Landing. But it's only to use the last of our sage's wills. Mineru isn't here with us right now. She'll appear once we like walk out in the overworld. I may just trigger that really quick. But first, let me go down to the god statue to strengthen that last bond. Yes, light a blessing. Offer. You have 4 sage's wills. Enhance Mineru's ability, please. And now we have used up, other than rupees, crystallized charges, things of that sort, we have now used up everything. We've used up every single piece of thing we have gotten throughout this entire game. Más o menos. Anything else that's in our backpack. Now, unfortunately, we won't see much of Mineru just because of how I'm handling this, which is unfortunate, but next time on Tears of the Kingdom, we will talk to Pura and begin our descent, and I do mean descent, to face the Demon King Ganondorf. I'll see you folks then. Take care.